Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Week 3 MB podcast. We're back with the much requested guest. But I'll introduce myself. My name is Yassine, and I'm with my co-host
Yusuf.
And we have our guest today.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Ahmad Kanaan.
Ahmad Kanaan, aka JJ Reddick, aka Skip Bayless.
I don't know which one of those is worse.
First of all, inshallah, you'll see significant improvement in the audio quality and in the video quality. That's because we're competing with Isha and her podcast.
Yeah.
And so we had she upped
her game.
Her game. She was doing her interviews today before and after the game.
Yeah.
She had the chocolate bars, so we had to up our game so that we could try to compete.
Yeah. Announcements before we start are just make sure you guys are using the link that I sent yesterday, and I'll send it again. And you can find it on our socials and our link tree. Donate to PCRF. It's not slowing down. It's only getting worse. There's been floods and a whole lot of calamity happening over there in Palestine. So keep supporting. We're over halfway, but this is around the time where we start, kind of losing our momentum. So we're at 17,000. Keep pushing. Any donation you can make, fill that bar up, inshallah. And let's get right into it. So week 3, game 1 was youth team versus Osman Shah's team.
How embarrassing!
Any thoughts, guys?
Usman Shah didn't play. That really made them struggle.
Yeah, Wase didn't play. Ayan didn't play.
A lot of DNPs.
Yeah, lots of DNPs that game.
We had Victor came in. Victor's the coach of the youth team. He showed up. He showed up on time.
No, the coach showed up.
The coach showed up, and he showed up on time. Listen, this is my thoughts on this. Ready? The youth team had a rough start to the season.
Yeah.
The season's short. I think that they're learning how some of this is a different team than they're used to playing with the same core guys, but there are now some new pieces to their puzzle. The season is just getting started. It's not too late for you guys to turn this garbage season you're having around.
You're talking about a late start or a rough start to the season. We're in the middle of the season. It's a rough middle of the season.
Yeah. Is it? Are we really?
We're entering the middle.
Week
it's
3.
About to be week 4 now.
Okay, so take these last 3 weeks, put them behind you, and this is your chance to turn it around so that
they're 0-3.
They're 0-3.
And Aaron is out next week.
So you guys have to show up next week big time.
Look, I'll say this. Bottom line, not showing up for a game because you slept is just disrespectful and inexcusable. And I know they're getting grilled for it in the chat, so I won't say much more than that, but it's not right. You guys got to be up for those games, and I know it's at 9 a.m. It's early, but
I do have a comment here. If I was your teammate, I would be so sick about that. However, I did get a snippet from one of your teammates, Salman.
Yeah.
I said, Salman, how do you feel about this team and who you're playing with? He said, and I quote, I love my team. I love my teammates. Make sure that gets on the podcast. At least Salman loves his team and his teammates.
All right, so moving on. That's all we really have to say about that game. It was wasted time for everyone in the gym. Game 2 is Lod versus Ramallah. This is my team versus Farhad's team. I'll get outside perspectives first. Ahmed, what did you see this game?
54-51.
Yeah,
okay.
Farhad's team won.
So I predicted at the beginning of the season that Yassine's team would be better than Farhad's team. And until the last 2 minutes of the game, that was true. That was perfect. Yassine's team lost their focus, lost their... if they had momentum, they lost it. How many points did you guys have in the first half and
30.
Second half?
I think we had 40 in the first.
It's right there.
30 in the first, 19 in the second.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
That's brutal. You guys were ahead of them. They had 19 in the first.
Yeah, they had 19.
Yeah, so you guys were up 11 at the half.
Oh, yeah.
And then lost. That's
second,
brutal.
sorry.
That's brutal. So you guys lost focus. There's so many unforced errors. Like steal from Yassine, pass to Akbar. Missed a point-blank layup. Steal from Yassine, pass to Ethan. I don't know what he was trying to do.
He was trying to draw a foul. Yeah.
And then what else? There was a really rough
the Uthman turnaround.
Yeah, the Uthman turnaround. Rough take.
Akbar had a fadeaway. That was a really tough shot.
Yeah, I just don't like any of these shots.
I'm at the end.
Yeah.
I also, since we're talking about ill-advised shots, I want to say that last shot that you guys took, I think it was
Dawood's fadeaway 3.
Yeah, off balance. Listen. This is what I said. I forget who I was talking to, but this is what I said. I understand the shot selection. I understand that you guys are down
We were down 2 at the point.
Yeah, this puts you guys up, and you got at that point you guys were down like to 10 seconds or something.
I think it was like 25 seconds on the clock.
It wasn't because when he missed, it went. I think it went out of bounds or something, and you guys were like, we were down to like 5 seconds.
Okay,
It was like 5 or 3 seconds. So I understand the shot selection, but I wish
I wish it went in.
I
wish it
first
went
of all,
in. That would've been
look,
cool.
honestly, for an off balance shot,
Yeah,
it was
it was
not a bad
close.
shot. I thought it was going in, but I still wish that I know in those last few seconds it's hard to slow yourself down and try to get a good shot because you know that the clock is ticking. But I still wish that like even like one more second to just like for him to like set his
And you just
feet
wish you find a
and take-
better shot. Like
Yeah.
like you only need 2 points.
Yeah.
Right? Like
I feel
extend
like
the
it was-
game. You wish you find a better shot. But it happens. And honestly, I'm gonna say this for you guys. I'm glad that you lost now. I'm glad you lost now. It's not right to be ahead all game and then lose it in the end. And then eventually like eke it out every single week.
Yeah,
That's
it was the
not-
same thing last week.
Exactly.
But
That's
we
not what you want to
ghosted
happen.
the game winner.
This
I'm
is
glad
what-
you lose now,
I have-
not in the playoffs.
I have another thought to share. Last week, Wase came to me and he gave me his prediction. He was very, very confident in his prediction of your game. I'm not going to share the prediction. I'm just going to tell you he was wrong.
He told me that. prediction, too.
Today, he came to me again to give me another prediction, and he was wrong.
I gotta stop
So
predicting. bro.
I'm gonna stop taking his predictions as seriously until I get a prediction that
Hits.
hits.
I'll comment on our game. This game was identical to last week's game. The difference is, like Ahmed said, like we just weren't able to get the fortunate finish. But I want to talk about some of the stats, some of the things that happened in the game. Drew had a great game. Obviously, the goal always when you face a Drew
21
team
for Drew
is that
is
you
good.
want to slow him down. He had it really wasn't a quiet 20. They were impactful points. It was a lot of and ones, a lot of free throws. Like they were killers for us.
Ooh, 5 for 6 from the free throw.
Yeah, he makes his free throws. AR had an AR game, like literally a classic AR game. No points, but somehow he had the most impact on the floor.
Yeah.
2 huge fouls where one was a charge, one was a block, but like he was making like the decisive game-changing plays somehow.
The energy he brings to a team is astounding.
mashallah.
I've never seen this energy from him. I mean, you guys have played with him
Oh,
much
I've seen
longer
it,
than
yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
But
It's what he
last
does,
season,
yeah.
I didn't see this energy. And so I've been watching Muslim basketball for a while now. Like I want to say 3 or 4 years that I've watched like back seasons. I've never seen the intensity out of him that
We
I'm
played
seeing
with him
now.
our freshman year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so I-
so we know like how he plays.
I never saw that,
But-
but I'm seeing a different AR than I've seen before.
Yeah, besides that, our team, we came out hot like we usually do. I don't want to expose all of our game planning and like what we learned from this game, but it's obvious to everybody that we need to learn to make adjustments during the game. And
Learn to
we
hold
need
on to the
and we need
rock.
to be able to maintain leads, yeah. So there's a lot to work on our part. I know we're the best team in the league still. Like this was a great win for them. It was 2 full-strength teams playing each other, which I was really happy that we had everyone out there. That made it really fun. Props to them. My last comment on the game is it felt like we were in a race and we were ahead for like every lap of the race, right? Like 200 lap race, we're ahead for 199 of them. But the whole time they were like drafting us and they were just waiting. And then on the last lap, they pulled right out and just used their momentum to kill us. I don't know if that was
And you
their
guys
strategy.
tripped over your legs.
Yeah.
Speaking of tripping over your legs,
Yo, Farhad, let me say something.
Please, let's get that video,
When
bro.
that video comes out, I know you guys were recording the game, so don't try to tell me you weren't. When that video comes out, there better not be a random cut.
it's gonna be a
There
cut.
better not be a random
How
cut.
did the ball go out in that moment?
Yeah, all of
I
a
don't
sudden,
know.
wait a minute. What the heck? There's like a couple frames missing here. We need that
I
video.
need that
Sister
video.
Mariam,
Honestly, we will see-
release the video.
It would have been a lot
Release
worse
it.
if you guys lost.
Listen. We'll see the video because I know Farhad to be a very
honest
honest man
man.
who would not ever hide the truth of a situation.
Either way, I don't need the video. It's
Yeah.
right here in my brain.
But
I'll
yeah,
never
props
forget.
to
I'll be talking to my kids
props
about
to
this,
Farhad's team. They played a great game. Always fun to battle against those guys. Farhad, Drew, and AR, and the rest of those guys. They're honorable. They're a
Holy
fun team to
Toledo.
play against. And yeah, we'll be back inshallah next week with a win. And I got full confidence in our team. And it was a rough one today.
Won him?
Moving on to game 3, we've got Mun'im's team. Do you know how to pronounce all these places? Because I honestly don't. Like I know some of them. But
Yeah,
like,
Sheikh Jarrah. No, Sheikh Jarrah.
Jarrah, see?
Yeah.
Sheikh Jarrah. This is
And then
Mun'im's
Nazareth.
team.
I don't know that.
And Nazareth is Anwar's team. I'll start. I feel like I'm like a an alarm clock. I'm like over and over and over and over and over again. I tell these guys on repeat. I need to be honest. I'm always a cynic on this show, at least through the first 3 weeks I have been, which is why L is always giving me flack. You guys need to, on Nazareth, the 2 stars of the show are the Ahmed brothers, right?
Waqas
Anwar and Waqas. Waqas
God,
actually took a seat today. Anwar needs to take a seat. I wish we had splits for half on points for half. He finished with 17. I saw him score at least 12 in the first half. At least. He had a couple. He had 3.
No, he needs to take a break.
He needs to take a break.
I'm watching the game. You need to take a break. Stagger it. Like
he says, I'm good. Maybe he feels good, but it's different. This is not the first week this happened.
Yeah.
He needs to take a break. Everyone knows this man can ball. He needs to sit down.
And in the preseason analysis, what did I say about this team? They're old and they might not be able to last the whole game.
They got to find their legs.
And they need to figure that out.
They were missing 2 guys. I know that sucks. The rotation is not as easy when you're missing guys because you're putting. When you're taking someone like Anwar Waqas off, there's a liability replacing them in some way because they're amazing players, mashallah. But you guys got to find a way to work these rotations out because it's 100%. It's what killed you guys. You guys had a good first half. It was like within 3. The game ended. You guys lost by 20. Like it's inexcusable.
Yeah.
Like they just fell behind. Last couple of comments from me. Abdul Wadud had a really inefficient day, but grabbed 15 rebounds, which is insane.
Yeah, they were destroying.
Andy, I'm going to give this man another shout out. Andy is a hooper. This guy is going crazy. 13 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Like
and 6 from 13.
He's consistent. He's just Mr. Consistent. Munaim, mashallah, had a great game.
Career day
19?
from Munaim, bro. Do you see it highlighted right there?
Wallah al-Azim, 19.
Bro, career day. 8 for 13. 3 for 5 from the
crazy. I don't want
3-point
to hear
line.
it anymore. 19 from Munaim.
Yeah,
That's
19. He was the game leader in points.
Anwar had a good game. Waqas had a good game. Yusuf had a really rough outing. Ahmed Naeem had a really rough outing. Ahmed is playing with a broken nose, so you got to give him a little bit of
I'm going to go back to Munaim. Munaim,
I'll hear your thoughts.
you proved me wrong, bro. I was not familiar with your game. I was unfamiliar with your game.
Yo, mark the day.
Yeah.
This is the first time in
I was
Ahmed's
unfamiliar with
entire
your
life
game.
that he's ever gone back on his own word.
What's this dude's MBR? Like 7?
Let's find out.
It's about to go up. It's last 30 games, so it's about to
Yeah, like
12. You seen
Okay,
has
went up.
you seen has a 15.
Why? What
so that we have a
I'm just saying, so that we have
a reference.
we have a reference. You seen his 15.
Yo,
Yeah,
cut the
so-
clip. Cut the clip.
So 12, but today his MBR was 19
19
plus.
3 plus 3.
Yeah,
That's huge.
That's massive. 25 MBR. If you can do this every week, Monen, your team has a whole different outlook.
100%.
19 points a game.
I agree.
Yeah, that changes.
And Abdul
everything.
Wadud, good on you for finding a way to impact the game.
Facts.
He was struggling, but having
And L hit the
15
over.
rebounds.
L hit the over. He got 5 points.
I'll give my props to L.
nope.
Nope. No props.
These guys shot a ton of. Both teams need to learn to shoot threes because 12% and 16% respectively is mashallah.
I mean, we could tell while we were watching.
Yeah.
We were watching the game. We're like, these guys are not hitting shots.
watching Nazareth play second half is like watching a completely different game. It's
Yeah.
like first half you're like, damn, like these guys are like a well-oiled machine. Like guys are scoring, guys are cutting, guys are moving. And then second half, like, bro, I saw loose balls 5 feet in front of these guys, like in reachable
not going
distance,
for
and they're
it.
like watching guys take the ball. It's like, it's sorry.
They're tired.
It's sorry.
They're tired. That's clearly it's just being tired.
So you guys got to work on. That's literally the one thing that I can say from this game. Work on your rotations somehow. Yusuf, you played this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. Believe it or not.
Unfortunately.
Listen, I had just to take personal responsibility for my role in this loss. I shot horrendously.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, like, I'm not gonna give Amr any trouble because he also had 0, but he's playing with a broken
He didn't even
nose.
play
And
bad.
sho-
He
and
just didn't do much.
and
He only shot
and
twice.
And he showed up. Listen, something that we spoke about is that I think it's really easy to get caught in like watching the game while it's happening. Like, I think it gets easy to be like, I'm watching Anwar and Waqas play, and I think for myself that's something that I have to work on. That like they control so much of the game that like you forget. Like I have to also be trying to
doing stuff.
Yeah, I have to find a way to participate, and I think unfortunately our team does that. Where we're kind of like we're watching the stars of our team play, but and we spoke about this. I think that they beat us really badly on boards. I think that our zone defense was good for the first half. It kept us within 3 of them. I think in the second half, we started playing really lazy, just super lazy defense. Like Yassine was saying, like watching, like it's like we're watching the game happen.
You missed a point blank layup.
I missed.
It hurt
Yeah,
so
I missed. I
bad.
missed.
Wait, who missed the point blank layup today too? Oh, Abdul Wadud.
Oh,
he-
yeah.
he's
But
He
no
was
one-
on a
but
fast
he's
break.
sold.
But no one will say anything about that. He wasn't
No,
even
he had somebody right next to him, and they still got
on
the
his
point.
team.
Yeah,
I
they still got the point.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
missed
but
a
I'm-
point blank layup that
I
you
think
needed.
Ussel came in.
Yeah,
like,
but
the
I
back.
missed a contested point blank.
It was
layup.
not
Bro, what is
contested.
that?
You were
There's no
wide open.
contested point blank.
Yeah,
Point blank
means
means
you're
it's
What
right
are you talking
there.
about?
Bro, it was not contested. It was a
I'm
free
not.
layup.
I'm not arguing with you guys.
Perfect.
Okay, I have
Listen,
one more comment.
Listen,
Go ahead.
in the end, next week we play Yassine's team.
Yeah.
I think that this game really put our team, gave us some perspective. It gave us a lot to talk about, a lot to think about. And I think that next week, we
Yeah,
will
and I
come
got
back.
word that Yassine's team is missing Yassine and Ethan.
I don't
so-
care about that.
Alhamdulillah.
I think that next week you will see a much better Nazareth.
I have,
that group
I have
than this.
another comment.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think that there has been accountability taken. And I feel bad because, look, I try to keep it real on the podcast. So, like, when I'm calling guys out, if I'm calling you out, it means that I am expecting something of you. If I'm not calling you out, it means I don't really expect much from you. So, Anwar and Waqas, because they're the engines for this offense, like, that's how their team is built.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are the engines on offense. And, honestly, defense, too. Like, they lead the way. There needs to, I mentioned this, I think, week 1. There needs to be more kicking and stuff. Like, they draw so much attention on offense that they need to be setting up their teammates for good shots. Something that Drew does really well, James does really well, Ayan does really well. Like, some of the offensive leaders in the league, some of the stuff that they do really well is after hitting a shot or two, they start looking and they're waiting for guys to get open. They know they can create easy opportunities, but it's on you guys to cut, to, like, get in a position that you're useful. You know, like, this stuff will come over time.
I mean,
but
this team only had 51 shots. That is not a lot.
it's not enough to score much.
Yeah, it's not a lot of shots.
So-
Yeah.
Even if their efficiency was insane, that's just
Yeah.
not a lot of shots.
I can't tell you're being facetious. Like,
What?
they took 51 shots, my guy.
That's not a lot. The team had 50. Look, they had 67.
That's not good either. But actually, their efficiency
67
wasn't
shots
bad.
is
It wasn't
good.
bad. It wasn't bad.
51 shots is not good. That's not a lot. Like I'm trying to look here to
That's
see if
the
they're
most.
passing. Like how many shots are other players on the team getting? Ahmed Naeem had 6. That's probably what he should be having.
Yeah.
Ahmed had 2.
Yusuf's
He
gotta
should probably
make a
have like
couple.
5 or 6.
Matt
Yusuf
only
should have 5 or 6.
Matt only having 7 kind of kills you guys. I think
No,
Matt,
Matt had
better than
9.
that. Matt had 6. Oh, had 9. I mean,
9.
7 points. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I they're kicking. It's just like they just need to work on the movement amongst the teams.
It'll come over time.
I do want to see if you can pull up the standings.
Oh yeah.
I want to see where everyone's
Absolutely.
sitting right now.
So I'll list the standings and we'll comment on it.
Everyone's 2-1.
So yeah, there's a 4-way tie for first place between Ramallah. How do you pronounce that one? Dir Yassin.
Didi Yassin.
Dir Yassin, Lod, and Sheikh Jarrah. Yeah, we're all tied.
They're all
A
2-1.
point differential. Sheikh Jarrah is first, but like we're all tied. And then you have Nazareth at 1 and 2, and then you have the winless.
Tiberius.
Twins.
They're just giving everyone.
What did I call them? The tired twins, the tremendously tired trio. These guys are sleeping away
Yeah.
games. Yeah, okay, so we're going to go to next week's predictions, and then we'll kind of close out. So week 4, game 1, we have Sheikh Jarrah versus Dir Yassin. That's Monem versus Osman.
I'm interested to see Osman's team play. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
you
not
didn't
going to
get to
see
see
it,
them,
but
yeah.
they haven't really played. I mean, even last week, like, who was missing? I think the other team had Drew missing, had
Oh, and AR.
and AR missing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's-
yeah.
We haven't really seen them play a
Which
good
is
game,
why they're
like-
still low on the power rankings, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Power rankings guy put them low. He got a lot of flack for that. But I spoke to Farhad today, and we agreed. Like, what have they proven?
No.
Like, they
Never
need to play.
seen
They need to play a good team.
Next week will be a good chance.
Yeah, it'll be a good proof because Monem's team is good.
Monem's team is
I'm
good.
taking Monam's team next week. I'm kind of on the Monam bandwagon.
Who does Osman?
I like how Monam's been playing. I like the way that they play. I have a lot of respect for that team.
I'm gonna go against the grain here. I think Osman's team is gonna come out and just like they're gonna prove everyone wrong. I really think so. I think Wasa has been putting in work. I think Saz is gonna come out and have like a team first mentality.
I hope so. Yeah.
And
I have.
Yassine's gonna share the rock. So I think it's gonna be a
What world are we living in?
okay.
Yassin's gonna pass.
I think so. So listen, if that's something that he decides to just work on, I think that's something he's capable
Yeah,
of
Yassin
doing.
is a good hooper. He can
Yeah.
pass if he wants
He
to. He
can-
just
yeah,
doesn't
just-
want to pass.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Monem's team, Sheikh Jarrah. I think that they're just
Yeah,
they're on a
Ayan's
roll.
not here for this one. We can just
Yeah, so game 2 is Tiberius versus
Farhad's team's
Ramallah.
winning.
Farhad versus Ayan.
That's an easy win.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No,
call.
Ayan was MVP last year.
Yeah,
For a
I'm gonna
reason.
call Farhad's team winning.
Easily.
I'm gonna go with Farhad because now I'm a fan. and obviously next week Nazareth versus Lod. They're missing Ethan and they're missing Yassine, 2 0 impact players on their team. Not worried about that. I'm gonna take the new and improved Nazareth for next week.
I'm interested to hear what you think.
Without Yassine and Ethan, they're losing two players that they have two other versions of them. So Yassine and Ros are like the same prototype. So it'll be more on Ros's shoulders, but like Yassine won't be able to share that responsibility, but Ros can do it. Ethan and Dawood are very similar prototypes. So they're missing two players who they have two other players of. I think that game's going to be a toss-up, and it's going to come down to will Waqas and Anwar adjust. It's going to come down to that. I think they can adjust, and I think they should be the favorites. But
who do you have?
I have Nazareth, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lod wins.
I obviously have my team. Like me and Farhad have been saying the first 3 weeks, you never pick against yourself. I have a lot of faith in my guys. Obviously, I like my impact on my team, and I think I'm important to the team. And of course, I think Ethan is important to the team too. What's special about our team is all 8 guys make a huge impact. And I think even though the 2 of us are going to be out, the other 6 guys are very capable. I think they'll be able to get the job done. Nazareth is a good team. It's always a good battle. Maybe Anwar will play and Waqas will play with less of an edge because I'm not there. I feel like they always are gunning for me.
They wake up for that game.
Yeah. It's going to be a good game, and I'm sad I won't at least even be there to just see it. But I'm expecting a W text from my guys after the game. But it's going to be a good one. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. We had to cut it real short today. Apologize.
We didn't have that much content.
Yeah, well, we missed
have a
game
first
1,
game.
and we're on a time crunch. Next week, though, we're going to have Yusuf, and I'm going to be out. We're going to have a fill-in. Brother Salim is going to be in for me.
It'll be a good probably one of the best podcasts.
Yeah, look forward to that one. And I don't think about that, but any last comments on this week?
I want that Farhad video because I guess I'm a hater because I just wish you guys lost just because of that. It would have been so fun.
It would have been amazing.
But I'm glad that it wasn't the reason you lost because that would have hurt to see, an elder in my community go down like that.
Yeah, we always hate to see the old dudes go down.
Yeah, the ones who had a prime of, they used to be able to turn around and catch a ball.
Once you're 4 or 5 decades away from your prime, then we just start feeling bad.
It's just sad.
Yeah, I just feel bad for him.
He used to be able to catch a ball.
Right.
Dude, over his shoulder.
I think he used to be able to run. He could move.
No way.
Yeah. Now it's like a hobble.
No, obviously we're just...
I'm not kidding. That dude is the last model of human.
I love you, Farhad. I love
the old model.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. This
Appreciate
week, make sure
guys.
to take care of yourself. If you're injured, heal up. If
Keep
you're
donating.
Sick,
Keep
get
donating,
better.
please.
Keep donating. Follow all of our socials at Muslim Basketball, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to grow this thing. And that's it. Sorry for cutting it short today, but inshallah next week.
And if you have a problem with any of my takes, please text me so I can leave you on red.
All right.